Okay, so we're going to talk about the instructions for our big project with it's the pen and watercolor. You already did a pen and watercolor mini project. You guys did the bridge, and now we're going to move on to the major project. And I'm keeping this really open, so you can basically do whatever you want. This way you have more freedom. I feel like I've kept really tight parameters around your projects in the past, so this one's going to be more open. So if your problem with being really, really open is sometimes we have no idea what to do with a completely blank canvas. So I'll give you some options. So you might want to make a cityscape, which is just basically a picture of a city, okay? A drawing of a city, and then you paint it in. So I would think watercolor and pen will lend really well to a cityscape, okay? You could do a townscape, which is like a cityscape, but just of a small town, not so many big buildings. If you want to do more genre art, this kind of pertains to art where you see like everyday people doing their everyday life kind of things. Because like back in the day, mostly just royalty got painted. And so the everyday person wasn't really represented in major art pieces. So if you want to do something more genre art where you depict the everyday person, that could be something that you do. If you want to do more historical art, and we're living in a really big piece of history right now, an important piece of history with everything that's happened in the last year, you could do a historical piece of art from now or from the past. You could do marine art, which focuses a little bit more on boats and what like fishermen out on the sea. Okay, you could do a portrait, which is just a person. You can do religious art. Okay, this one's a little not your typical religious looking art, but this one was a lot of fun, so I decided to put it in there. Okay. If you want to do a still life, this is kind of a classic route to go. You set up some things together. You already did this with your What's Inside the Bag project, but if you want to do another still life because you really enjoy that, you can do that. You could set together some things from your house. If you want to do wildlife art and get a picture of animals that you really enjoy and do a pen and ink and watercolor painting in that, you can. You could do a seascape. Okay, it's just like a landscape, but instead it's the sea. You could do a landscape. Or I'm giving this option. We do this in Art 4, but we do an artist copy parody. But if you just want to do an artist copy where you have a art piece that you really like and you want to see how to do it, you draw it and you paint it, and you actually learn a lot about how to paint by recreating somebody else's painting. It's kind of like when you learn music, you can't just make up your own music and play it. You kind of have to learn other people's songs first, and from that you learn a lot, and then you can kind of take that information and make your own music. Same thing with an artist copy. If you paint somebody else's painting and recreate it, just copy it pretty much, you learn a lot about how to mix those colors, and how to draw those things and stuff. So you can do an artist copy if you want. So I want you to tell me on this slide what kind of project you'd like to make. With a landscape, still life, artist copy, tell me what. And then you need some reference pictures. So please go out and get your reference pictures. You can use pexels.com at the very least, but it would be great to take your own reference pictures. That way you're more of an authentic artist. Put the reference pictures there. And if you need to kind of show me how you're going to sketch things together, if you're using multiple pictures kind of together and you need to sketch things together, then please use this slide to do a little sketch and insert the picture right there. So that's it. That's your assignment. If it's confusing, please ask me during class.